Everything else. Hello there. Can anybody hear me?
We can.
Can't hear shit.
Alright.
Is somebody talking?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Anyway. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Quest Conclave, a Dungeons and Dragons campaign themed around the popular MMO RuneScape. Now, I know someone here is probably late, so obviously we're going to have to focus without them for now. We're going to have to start without them. My brain is everywhere at once now. I am high on energy drinks, so give me a moment to focus and make sure I have everything done. While I'm doing the focusing, we previously left off with the group having raided the cult hideout, managing to rescue everyone, but also beating the living hell out of most of the mind-controlled cult members. I'm looking at you specifically, you know who you are.
It's a lot easier to take off their necklaces when they can't move.
So, with everyone rescued, the raiding party had managed to stop the summoning of a demoness who ended up most likely being destroyed by a much more powerful demon that was temporarily allied with them. With that, we start off back at the hideout of the cult members. You are all, if I remember correctly, Bera and Zelda are both still knocked out, with Luke still having his moment of laughter from lunacy. So, how do you guys deal with this, and what do you do? Go.
Alright, so Luke has lost his mind. Any suggestions on how we should deal with that?
I will try something. I would like to punch Luke in the face.
Yeah. Someone woke me up with a potion, and then I lesser restoration touched Luke.
Well, remember, you're still knocked out. Like, you haven't woken
No,
up.
someone gave me a potion last arc.
Yeah, I spent a potion.
If you
Yeah,
gave them a
after
potion,
keep-
then if you gave them a potion, well, Luke is in the state of lunacy. He's not gonna know that. Is anybody gonna recall that though? Does anybody recall that? Like,
I remember someone was saying they were going to give Bera the potion, but I don't think Bera had officially went over and touched him with restoration yet. So let's let Rudy punch him, and then when that fails, Bera can do a thing.
That's a 20
okay.
to hit.
all right. So Rudy's gonna go on ahead and punch Luke. I heard that right.
Yes.
All right. Since Luke is in the state of lunacy, go ahead and roll for hit chance. We'll see how that works out then.
I already rolled, that's a 20. Not natural.
Yeah, with advantage, by the way. Hit chance with advantage. Are you trying to knock him out, or just straight up like punched him out of it?
Punch the insanity out of him.
All right, let's see.
Still a 20 to hit, you know?
Okay. So 20. Yeah. So Luke, I guess since it was advantage, does a 20 hit.
Barely. But yeah, it does.
All right. Give me one quick minute. I just realized something. Alright, I'm trying to make sure my stream runs smoothly, and I just realized I might have not turned off NordVPN, but I did. Luckily, I did. So anyway, so since it did hit you, Luke, I will allow you to go on ahead and roll for a wisdom saving throw, since you're trying to be like punched out of it.
Hey, 19.
All right. So as Rudovic goes ahead and gives a nice swing across your jaw, you get punched enough that you see it, and your instinct tries to avoid it, but because you're still in that laughing state of lunacy, you get hit. You feel the punch, which I am gonna need Rudovic to roll for damage on that. Meanwhile, you do snap out of it. And you do take an 11 bludgeoning damage. Hopefully that doesn't knock you out. That does knock you out. Damn. You gotta say, you got. I think that does knock you out, does it?
Yeah, it does.
Rudy, you could have just slapped him, right?
I think I knocked the insanity out of him, maybe too much.
Yeah, so like I said, just since this is like the first little time, I'm not gonna be serious with the death saving throws and everything. So just put your HP to 1 and you're just unconscious. So with that punch being unconscious and all, you just boom, you feel that and you just lean to the side before just boom on the ground. He's there, knocked out. Asumi goes, whoop, that's another body to carry.
Wake him up easy as that, you know?
Are you sure?
I would like to gently, but like not hard enough to do damage, just slap him to wake him up.
Go for it. Yes. You try to wake him up, but he's just all you hear is a slight moan. So yeah, Luke, you can go ahead and give your moaning reaction, like you're asleep and you don't want to wake up.
Piss off.
Did you just say pizza?
Maybe he wants pizza. Can we get some pizza in here?
I don't think they deliver.
I could have just used lesser restoration on him, you know.
Well, you're still knocked out, so shush you. But good idea.
Oh, I got revived!
Assuming I know you're a paladin, right? Don't you have something like that? Yeah, he said he's checking his spell slot to see if he has anything to like wake any of them up.
Doesn't she have, what's the fuck? Goddamn.
Lay on hands?
Yeah, that one.
Oh yeah, lay on hands, paladin shit.
Alright, so according to assuming he has cure wounds, which I think could help. Oh, Kazric woke you? Hold up, first you gotta be patient with me. First of all, talk to me in the chat, because I can't read the whole thing here. Alright, ow.
I did.
Alright, so if Kazric did wake you up, give me one moment. Give me one quick moment. Alright, so to answer your questions with Cure Wound, I say that probably would work. You could try him. Alright, so meanwhile, yeah, so Vera, as Kazaric does wake you up, you slowly start gaining God conscious with a, I want to say slight headache, but like it's more like a slight migraine. Like it's not going to go away for a long while.
Man. Was that child? Did that child do that?
Yeah.
I want the deep child to be a...
Right. Assuming says that he goes on ahead and then uses first Cure Wound on Bera, and then later Luke to hopefully wake him up. Alright, so go ahead and roll for the Cure Wound for the both of them, so like that we could see what their healing is. Alright, so Bera, you get a nice juicy 19 healing, which makes your headache a slightly less of an issue. And for Luke, which we're waiting for him.
Oh, I'm rolling healing?
No. Assuming he's rolling healing for you. I guess he's using Cure Wound on you and Bera.
Oh.
Yeah. You're healed with 26. So you slightly wake up in a more dazed situation where you still feel a slight chuckle. Like you still feel like the urge to laugh, but you're able to like hold it to just chuckle a bit.
It's the last time I stare into a cursed mirror and say, what's the worst that could happen?
Luke, are you sure you're okay?
Brain's back online. Sanity's debatable, but hey, who needs all their marbles anyway?
I'm really hoping that's just a side effect of getting knocked out cold.
I lean towards Timble and say, should I punch him again?
Please don't. We don't need him going unconscious again.
Somebody say again.
You stop that.
Again! Alright, I'll stop. A nice little reference there. But, alright, Asumi also wants to heal Zelda, which she still doesn't seem here, so I'm assuming she's gonna be late. or something came up. So we'll still say you healed her, but she knocked out. So until she's back, she's still knocked out. She'll wake up when she's back. Alright, anything else? For anybody else, you guys can continue. I'm just talking to Asumi to see if anything else he wants to do. Because remember, for those of you at home, I probably keep forgetting to say this, but he is mute in real life, so he's typing. I read it out loud for him.
I would like to pick up like the crystals, like the crystals we broke. I would like to pick up the parts of it, you know.
Sure. If you go to pick them up, they're very easy to just pick up. There's nothing wrong with them. But if you're trying to see if they are worth anything, at this moment, you can't really tell, but whatever glow of energy they used to have when they were active is gone.
Yeah, could still throw at the bad guy.
Here we go. Asumi says he goes on ahead, he picks up Zelda and he puts her over his shoulder and goes, alright, we should meet up with the others then, back at the entrance, see how everything is going there.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Yeah, anything to get out of here. I need a fucking drink.
We both need a drink. I think all of us need one.
Alright. Zelda's here. Alright, Zelda. Are you there? Are you prepared to, you got yourself ready? And Bera disconnected and reconnected. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, so Zelda, for you real quick.
Yes.
Alright, so for you, sorry, just to real quick. So you were knocked out last session. Starting this session, you guys, each one of you are slowly waking up. You were healed by Asumi, which I don't think you rolled it, did you? No, okay, yeah, so then go ahead and roll it. I don't see it here, Asumi. Alright, give him a minute. Alright, so you're healed. Wow. Alright, so you're given a total of 31 healing. So that's how much HP you regain. And you slowly wake up. Yeah, you slowly wake up, and you wake up on top of Sumi's shoulder. He was basically carrying you as you guys were walking through the tunnel, through the dungeon. Zelda, you slowly start waking up with a slight migraine, and you find yourself being held by Asumi over his shoulder.
Alright. Is that it? Oh, and where are we now?
Still in the basement.
Okay.
Do you make any notice to, oh, hold up. So, I just realized something. One of my music is really loud. It's most likely over, shit, hold up. Weird. Alright, so it's not loud, but for some reason there's a specific part of that music that becomes extremely loud towards the end. Army of Darkness is the name of that song. Alright, so,
Yes.
wow, yeah, that's still loud for some reason. Whoa! Did not need it to be any louder. Let me just mute it for a moment, because for my sake, I'm still with that energy drink highness. So yeah, Zelda, do you do anything to catch Asumi's attention to let him know that you're up?
Yeah. Okay. I'll wake up and I'll say, "What happened? What happened?" And did I pass out?
Damn. Alright. Assuming it's typing now, but anybody wants to answer Zelda on what happened so far while he's typing?
You heard an evil child cast an evil curse that broke your brain.
Oh, broke my brain?
Yeah, well, considering that Luke managed to endure most of it and he went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, whatever a Cocoa Puff is, so I'm inclined to think that your brain just decided to turn off to save yourself.
Oh, I get it. Thank you guys for saving me. Assuming you can put me down, I'm awake now.
Assuming says that he goes on ahead and he puts you down gently, and proceeds to just look you over to make sure that you're fine and not most likely going to go crazy like Luke, and goes, as Thimble said, your brain was broken along with Bera and Luke, so as long as you're okay, are you able to continue to walk?
Yeah, I'm okay. I feel okay. I can continue to walk. Thank you for your help, Asumi.
Alright. So, you guys continue to go on ahead and just still continue to walking down the tunnel. You're still in the basement of the cult hideout. But after walking, putting Zelda down, and talking in a way where you're giving her the heads up of what happened while she was knocked out and why she was knocked out, you finally start making it to the entrance where you see the two white knights just ensuring that every of the mind-controlled cult members that you had freed, which at this point I guess we can call them hostages. Basically, each one of them are just being checked. We're okay, while some of them are being given medical treatment for reasons. They look at you guys coming in. They go, "Oh, you're back. Did you happen to deal with the demon summoning? We heard a small rumble, but after that, things got calm."
Yep, it's been taken care of in the most painful way possible.
That's good to hear. Well, the other knights in the other room have managed to calm things down as well. They freed the hostages as well from the mind controlled, and we're getting ready to head up. We're just waiting for you and your command, sir, Sumi. Asumi responds with, "Then let us proceed." And with that, is everybody ready to head up?
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Alright. So, with that, you guys start heading out of the cult hideout, where you start seeing the light on the end of the tunnel, which indicates that it is still daytime in the surface. As you walk out, squinting your eyes a bit, probably covering the sunlight a little bit. For those of you who don't have sunglasses like Mr. Cool, you manage to get out, and following you is the cult members themselves. With each one coming out, some being held by white knights as they're knocked out, others just limping over, like having their arms over some knights or their fellow hostages due to getting punched. Several times, they seem to be happy that they're free and out of this location as they're looking around. As you guys start making your way back to the city, at first the guards at the gate was about to stop you, but when they noticed the the hostages, they basically just start moving, making way. They clear a passage for you to walk through. Sumi said he wants to do something. Alright, go ahead. Type it in. While he's typing, where the hell is Falador image? Steve, I'm gonna need you to stop eating all the images of Falador, please.
But they're so tasty!
Man, I keep having to look for new ones. Stop it.
No.
You win this round. Weird, but I might just have to look at something else as well. Okay, here it is. Found it. And let me just do what I need to do. Alright. So Asumi says, he walks up to one of the guards and goes, I am going to require one of you to alert Detective... Yes, it's Alex. I saw the question mark, but yes, it is Detective Alex. And he goes, inform Detective Alex that we found the hostages and we're going to be sending them to the guard's office. Meanwhile, the rest of us are going to the White Knight Castle for a moment to report to Sir Amek. The guards nod and goes, alright, we'll do. They go on ahead, they call one of the other guards to take his place while he goes and he rushes into the city. Like he just bolts, like just runs right into the city and makes his way to like the direction of the guard's office. And with that, he just vanishes into the distance. Do the rest of you agree with Asumi in heading to the White Knight Castle for the moment?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yep.
Yes.
Alright, there you go. Alright. Alright, so Asumi is now leading the way as you're all walking through the busy street of Falador in the center. At first, you start seeing how busy the street is as a lot of people are starting to gather around, looking at the gate, seeing a lot of the people that were in the missing people flyer appear. A lot of them are concerned, confused. Some of them are rushing in. You could probably see a hint of tears in their eyes, almost as if the person right there that they're witnessing at the gate is the person that they most likely assume they're dead, loved ones, family members. As you start reaching to the castle's bridge, you see several white knights there who salute you for returning with the other knights that are behind you. You make it to the courtyard where you see Sir Amek, who notices you guys firsthand and goes, welcome back. I'm happy to see you returned. Am I to assume that the mission of rescue and sabotage was a success?
Yeah, more or less. A bit roughed up, but I think things went pretty well, all things considered.
That's great. With the hostages saved, I'm gonna assume there were no casualties, no deaths.
I mean, as far as we can tell, no. Like, no one died, but I guess we'll see once we get the full breakdown.
I see. Well, that is great. Alright. The rest of the knights are dismissed. Get some rest. For you, assuming, stay here. As the knight starts leaving, Sir Amek watches them leave as he looks over to you and goes, well, clearly you folks are thanked by me, personally. But you are going to be thanked by the city eventually. This is probably going to be something that is going to make major news in the newspaper. But for your help, I do want to reward you. I can't reward you now. I didn't expect things to go this quickly. So give me about... He goes for a minute and he grabs his pocket watch, where she looks over and he goes, give me an hour, and I will have a proper reward for you. Does that sound okay?
Sounds fine to me.
Yeah.
Asumi responds with, I don't need any reward. Simply being a white knight is enough. Saramek smirks and goes, still, at least for a job well done, I have to reward everyone. But I'm glad to see you are dedicated to your duty, Asumi. Right. In the meantime, you can return to your quarters. At least the one that you're staying here, as Asumi requested. So go ahead, relax. I'm certain a lot of you will need it. So give me, and I'll send someone to collect you. He says as he, at the moment, waits to see if any of you had any question or statement before he leaves. Which I'm gonna assume is nothing, so he goes on ahead and he leaves. So do you guys go to your quarters, by the way, to just relax for a moment, take like a nap or something for like 30 minutes to give you a short rest?
Yep.
Yep.
Why not?
Yep. Definitely need that.
Alright. So, as you guys return to the quarters that was given to you, a small room within the castle, you all managed to take a short rest. So first, give yourself a short rest, but what do you do there? Like, at least, some of you I know most likely are going to fall face first to the bed. But meantime, for those of you who are not that injured, probably still got yourself some, strength in you to have a conversation, what do you do?
Thimble's gonna find a chair to sit in, lean back, and just breathe a sigh of relief. Well, that's one problem taken care of.
Kesrick, do you have some booze on
Yes.
you?
Well, I have brought Big Barrel for celebration of Azumi. Since things are done, I think we drink later.
Yeah, drink. Oh, alright, drink later.
Yeah, let's wait till Ceramic gives us our reward and we can officially call it a day before we get shit-faced.
Assuming responded with, once we get our reward, we can head to the Rising Sun and have a drink for a celebration for what we have done. And with that, he goes on ahead and also responds to Thimple's statement saying, one of the many problems. We haven't found the actual leader, but we do know that they're behind this, which reminds me, we are going to have to ask Sir Amek about the last prisoner we took in that claimed to be mind-controlled.
Yeah, the ones from Remington. The question is, though, why go to all this goddamn effort? Like, I understand wanting to start, like, some kind of feud, but it just brainwashing people to get done, that feels so arbitrary.
He responds with, perhaps there's a interior motive. I would assume most likely to make people turn against the Zamarakians completely. Start a sort of riot, most likely.
Makes sense. We can weaken everyone so they beat the shit out of each other, then they're tired, and then you swoop in and do whatever evil plan you want. That's pretty smart.
Well, I'm not saying it's a big possibility, but if you really hate someone, best thing to get other people to hate them is to make them look bad. Also, as long as everybody mind controlled, no snitches.
Still, it's a lot of extra effort to cast this kind of complex a spell. Like, they had so many cult members that they even were having trouble keeping the brainwashing going. It's just... what possible... like, because I feel like there's, like, just simpler ways, like... it's not like the Zamorakians have done themselves any favors over the course of time, like, past few years. Well, the Civil War, Zamorak's invasion, all that stuff. Like, it wouldn't be that hard to whip up enough propaganda. Why but brainwashing people to get this done seems just extra.
What if the mastermind behind this is just fucking dumb? Did stupid shit, you know? Stupid plan.
Maybe, whoever did this not much time. Remember, propaganda takes a long time. Making people accept violence without any incentive other than bad omens is not good, not easy. Now if you can't directly point finger at people and say, look, they do bad thing, very easy to get them to fight and kill. But not if you just say they are not good. You have to have proof, see?
Assuming says that he's just trying to think of something else to say, because he does agree that this sounds like a lot of effort, but there has to be like he believes that there's something more. Inside his mind, he's just trying to comprehend what other reason there could be aside from trying to turn the people of Escarnia against the Zamorakians, which sounds something which I will say this, it sounds something like, for some of you would know, a extremist Saradomin would do. A Saradominist would do. They would try to find every way to turn people against other religion, make them seem like the villain. Even if it's peaceful religion, like the Cadixians or the Cyranists. Most extreme Saradominists, like any other extreme religions, would always try to picture others as the villain and their main religion as the one true religion. But this seems like a lot of effort. With that, you do hear a knock on your door. It hasn't been an hour yet. So who could it be?
Come in.
The door opens as the knight looks over. He goes, "Ah, you are here. Good. The archpriest wishes to speak to you." He goes on ahead and he like sort of like puts his back against to the wall and just gives a slight bow for the priest to walk in. And this is the archpriest that you guys met before. A fellow who was speaking with the Balesisa several sessions ago about trying to convince her how this could be a Zamorakian situation. As he walks in, he goes, So, gentlemen, I've heard that you have saved the civilians taken hostages and stopped a demonic ritual, yes?
sounds about right.
I mean, we did stop a demon, yes.
Well, I must say I am surprised hearing how long this hostage situation has been going on. Oh, sorry, kidnapped situation. But still, I am happy to hear you've done the work of our Lord Saradomin, especially you, Sir Knight, he says, looking at Asumi. Someone in your condition, situation, I'm not trying to sound rude, but I'm pretty sure for what you are, you've made people now look at you differently. I mean, heck, it certainly changed my viewpoint of you.
You mean white knights?
He doesn't mean
Those
white
mean
knights.
orcs.
Oh.
Exactly. Understand that I was raised and studied to view orcs, goblins, and the such as warlike barbarians in a way. But obviously seeing one as a white knight surprised me. And someone in your caliber and ability. Your uncle as well gave such light of you and spoke very highly of you. So,
Can I insight check him? Ah, sorry.
what was that, Catherine?
I was asking if I can insight check him, if he's actually meaning this, or if he's just talking the good talk of politicians.
He's asking if he can insight check to see if he's talking shit.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to see if he is, because that's actually a good question. I would say, yeah, go ahead.
The average
go for it.
politician
Like, why
switches
not?
his opinion about other
let's
people
see
every
what
5
you want.
minutes.
Yeah, because I was kind of into the character myself, so.
Yeah, no, 8. Never mind. Guys Rick not understand man things.
So you tried looking to see if he was either talking shit or giving like a slight snarky insult in his tone.
Basically, yeah.
But yeah, you don't see much at all. You believe that he is giving a honest compliment. And sorry, Zelda, I saw you also wanted to say something. What was it?
Oh, that was it.
Right. Let's see, where was I? Oh yeah. So he goes on ahead, assuming enters. Well, I thank you, Archpriest. He gives a respectful bow. I am honored to be able to convince people otherwise through my actions. I am glad to hear that you at least consider me as a white knight now and not just a Bandosian species. To which the Archpriest looks and goes, of course, I mean no offense by it. He looks at the rest of you and goes, I will be honest, I didn't think any of you would succeed. Not as an insult. This is more so that adventuring kind really don't have the reputation of succeeding 100%. You, on the other hand, you have. You not only rescued the kidnapped individuals, but you managed to ensure that they were all alive, stopped a ritual, I heard, and came out of it alive. Honestly, that deserves a huge recognition, don't you think?
Yes, you know, you could help with that actually, because we've been having a theological question, and I was curious if you might be able to help us answer it.
Well, of course. Might as well give you a helping hand wherever I can. Please, lay down your question and I will try my best to answer it with my knowledge and wisdom through my age.
Yes, so while we were investigating it, we came across some rather curious information of individuals who worship Saradomin but refer to him as a conqueror. And I was wondering if you'd ever heard of anything like that, since you seem so well versed.
And roll for insight check.
Three. God damn, I needed that insight check.
Okay, can I roll through? Because I'm already not really trusting this fella.
A close eye on him.
12.
Yeah, so the both of you don't notice anything. You just see him staring at Thimble with a somewhat serious face, which can be mistaken to his old age as the face of listening and trying to focus on his youthful words. So as he listens, he stares at you for a moment, Thimble. It becomes a very long stare before he goes, "Ah, yes. I actually recall something of this. In the old totems, as I recall reading, Saradomin was once a human who became the one true god through a miracle. He was from a different plane, if I recall correctly. I can't remember the name. Maybe the the Balisala could help you. She's the daughter. Perhaps she might know of the name of the location. But he was from a different plane, and in his early years, throughout the first human worshippers, he used to conquer different realms throughout the cosmos. So perhaps that's what they were referring to. His old campaign from ages ago.
I see. And it wouldn't be the case that perhaps there's a sect of Saradominists who still believe in that old way.
Well, the case is very... If I'm being honest with you, aren't we all that already? Inside joke between religion, but that point of view does seem like very rare, because while I can name a few groups within this realm that believe Saradomin is also a conqueror, the way that you seem to have explained it almost sounds like it's a bit too extreme. But correct me if I am assuming this wrong. But this individual that you spoke of, does he sound like someone that was the leader of this mind-controlled bunch?
Well, that's the thing. I didn't say anyone was, we heard it from a particular person. I just said we came across something like that.
As again, it's my assumption. I assume there's someone like that. Unless this is something else. Then in that case, then my suggestion was going to be, it could be an original human. I know that sounded wrong when I'm saying that, but hold up. Yeah, that's the only wording I can think of right now, so
could I do an insight check to see if he is like nervous, like trying to save the conversation from fucking up?
Yeah, go ahead.
God damn it.
Oh, God! Assume he also wishes to do an insight check. Please! Let's see how you do.
How many insight checks does it take to see if someone's lying?
Oh my God, that was a natural
That is a
one.
good question. Let me just...
Assuming you're oblivious to any sign. Like, that was a natural one.
Can I do... Well, I already voted because I mistook also before Kazakh because I'm dumb.
Anyway, before
Let's ignore that.
Alright, so Kazric, you actually did pretty good. Okay. Looking at him, you can see that the way that he's speaking. If this is an assumption, he has a very accurate assumption for someone who doesn't really know what you guys been through. He had an on-point assumption on this, but you could tell that he's most likely hiding something. Either he knows something and he's not sharing it, or he's just bullshitting his way along the way to try to understand what it is that you guys are going through.
some advice, Archpriest. It's not good to make assumptions. That's why we wanted to, get our facts straight. But this has been very enlightening, so thank you.
Well, my theory could be that whatever individual you overheard could be from that original human plane, which the name just vanished through my head, and I'm sorry I can't give you that much information. If that's the case, if it is an individual from the original human plane, then you might be dealing with something more than you can bargain for. If totems are correct, I recall something about them having some sort of powerful magic or connection to a powerful magic source, something along that way. So that's all I can give you.
Before he go, can I also do an insight check to see if he's telling everything he knows?
Yeah, go ahead. And I'm getting a phone call.
22.
So it took So it took a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people, with 2 of them to actually get a good insight check. Oh god, that's gonna be a Dungeon and Dragon joke right there. Alright, so Zelda, that's 22. You're looking at him, and the way that he explained himself, you can recognize it as someone who still has more to give. It feels like he does know more than he leads on to give. But the question would be, how much more?
Okay. Can I use Charm Person spell on him?
Sorry, repeat that. I want to make sure I heard you.
Can I use the spell? Can I use the spell Charm Person on him?
You want to use Charm Person on him?
Yeah. I want to know what he's hiding.
Sure, just quick question. What is the Charm Person save DC again?
Save DC. You mean spell save DC?
Alright, so let me look for his lovely dice.
14.
Alright, just give me 1 minute while I grab my good old metal dice that if it falls on my foot, it's gonna hurt like hell.
Save DC is 14.
Alright, so let's click it. Alright, time to hear the clickety clackities. That's not bad at all. Alright, so it's Charm Person, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Oh crap, hold on, my page just restarted itself. My Opera is having an update. Yay! I want to make sure, because I have a character stat for him too. In fact, I have a character stat too many people. I need to calm down. So where are you, little fucker? Oh, there you are. Alright. So as you try to charm him, you could tell that he looks over to you and he swings his staff a bit. And then he looks over to you and goes, "Young lady, what were you planning to do?"
I wasn't doing anything.
Go ahead and roll for deception with disadvantage.
Okay. Please. 17.
Oh my god. Hold on. Remember, with disadvantage, so that's 17.
Yeah, with disadvantage.
Damn it! Damn, okay, that's 17. God, you are on fire today, let me tell you right now. Okay, so he looks at you, squints his eyes, and goes, "Must be my imagination."
Yeah. It must be. Because I wasn't doing anything. Also, can I roll for intimidation? And ask him something?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Can I roll for intimidation and ask him something?
First tell me what you want to ask, and then you can roll for intimidation.
Okay. When I say that, I say... Also, is there something you're not telling us? Are you telling us the complete truth? You're not hiding anything, right?
Assume he says he wants to respond to that after the old man responds, okay? Alright, so go ahead and roll for intimidation.
16.
16, and since you're doing it with someone with a character sheet, I know that needs a wisdom, so let's try that again. Okay, so that's... Okay. So he looks over to you and he goes, "Young lady." He looks at your ears and he goes, "Oh, you're the elf. Let me give you a proper introduction. A proper naming. Madam, are you trying to intimidate an archpriest? Do you have any idea how many people I had tried to intimidate me? But no, to answer your question, I have given you everything. I don't know anything else, and I'm not hiding anything. And if I am, it's most likely due to my age. Experience usually just slide off as my brain starts to shut down slowly."
I don't think it's because of your memory or your age. I think you're hiding something on purpose. So what is it?
So I guess after you said that, Sumi now wants to say, and he goes, "This is the Archpriest of Sorodomin. Whatever reasons he has to hide anything, it is for his benefit. It's most likely for the benefit of us all. But you cannot accuse him of something like that. That is disrespectful, especially to someone like me."
Well, I'm not accusing him of anything. I'm just saying to tell us the complete truth. If he, don't hide anything from us. You know we're good people. We've saved so many people.
Well, if I am hiding anything from you, like I said, it's most likely my memory, and that hasn't jogged up yet. But I have given you everything that I have known about whatever individual you're encountered calling Sorodomin a conqueror. And Subi, was it? I thank you for trying to defend me, but it is fine. I understand I'm an old fellow, a archpriest of Saradomin, and I first treated you all as something beneath me. That is understandable. So I am okay with this little assumptions that they have. Let's not call it an accusation like he said. We'll call it an assumption. He says, looking at each and every one of you and going, nonetheless, I am happy to help where I can. I believe the Balisala can help you further on. At least, just make sure she hears the part of Saradomin's original human followers and the original human homeworld. I am certain she knows something about that.
Well,
Yes, sorry, go ahead.
Well, thank you for your input. You've definitely given us a lot of important answers.
I couldn't hear that part. Sorry, I got cut off. I'm sorry. My audio got cut off on my end. What was that you said?
I said thank you for your time. You've given us a lot of answers.
And then Zelda, you wanted to say something? I'm sorry.
Yeah. I would apologize to him and say, I'm sorry, if you got the wrong idea. I was just asking if you know anything. I wasn't trying to be rude.
Alright. I feel like a vibration on me. Assuming he's typing something else. Give me one moment while he's typing. And I'm looking for whatever the hell. Wait, where's my phone? Alright, he said never mind, okay. Anybody else wants to say or add anything else?
No problem.
Alright. So, the old, yikes. I swear to God, I'm gonna screw up my keyboard. The archpriest goes on ahead and he gives a slight nod and goes, well, I'm glad to help you. May Saradomin light the way and shows you the path that you must take. And again, congratulations on your extremely successful mission. Like I said, not everyone is this lucky. And if you need any more help with anything, please do not be afraid to ask me. I'm going to be here for several more days before I return to the Edgeville Monastery. So don't be shy, just ask for complete name that I completely forgot. Give me one moment. I gotta keep my character sheet up next time. I see that, I'm keeping it up. Just ask for Cardinal Sanctus. And of course, they'll probably know that you're aligned with me, because most people are usually just call me Archpriest. So my real name is Cardinal. If anybody needs to spell that, I'll type it in a moment. And with that, if nobody else has anything to say to him, he goes on ahead and he departs.
So he peaced out, yes?
Yeah, I think he just left.
I would look at y'all and be like, oh,
Can you believe that guy? Wasn't sure we'd make it. Well, I wasn't sure the robes he wears counts as pants, but here we are, making it work.
Yeah, but I guess more importantly, he knows about the mysterious, secret leader guy person. The fact that he immediately assumed we overheard someone seems to imply that he knows, which is a disturbing thought.
It's like he's our prime suspect.
He is talking much bullshit.
Asumi goes, I do not agree with seeing him as a suspect or anything. If he knows somehow, and most likely wouldn't want to tell us how. It wouldn't be surprising if he has some sort of connection somewhere that allows him to know. A good example of that is the Temple Knights before their betrayal.
And he could just be the leader. It's not unusual for a Saradominus to betray other Saradominists, I guess.
So you say, Asumi, extremist priest is innocent because he probably heard from his secret police. Very good argument you make.
Wait, does the church have secret police?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I know dwarf sarcasm is not that it's hard to spot for you, but no, that was sarcastic.
Okay, I thought you were serious just then.
I don't think they have secret police.
Asumi responds with, either way, he have given us enough to go by. Well, at least with this information, we can search for something else later on. We could probably ask for more information through her grace. Wow, I am reading this wrong. Through her grace, and see what she knows if she can share anymore. But until then, the best we can do is only assume enough until we have further evidence. Anybody else wants to add anything else to this, or do we skip for like the next 30 minutes, I guess?
Yeah, probably.
No mood.
Yep.
I'm gonna find a place to lie down.
Alright. So, as you guys take the next 30 minutes to relax, to think, to probably take a nap, another knock on the door just goes, are you folks in there okay? Are you ready for Sir Amek's reward?
Yep.
They open the door and they go, alright, just follow us. We're gonna take you to the throne room. Sir Amek wishes to reward you there. He says as he goes on ahead and basically just walks out and waits for the rest of you to follow.
Well, time for that reward.
Asumi says that he follows along, just stretching a bit as he had taken a small nap.
I just go.
Right? So as you guys follow this white knight, he starts leading you to the throne room. Eventually making it there where you see the Balisla right there, sitting on the throne, as she's speaking with not only Mastima, but also another individual in the room, a 7-foot humanoid with wings, reddish orange hair, wearing golden armor and a very large, fancy sword that at least a few of you might recognize it as being the famous God Sword. As she's speaking, she sees the rest of you comes in. She goes, "Oh, we shall speak this later. Sir Amix, your hired adventures is here with your knight." To which Amik looks up and go as he was reading through paperwork, and he looks up. He goes, "Ah, yes, of course." And he gestures several knights to go into a specific room to get the rewards. And he goes, "Firstly, on behalf of the city of Volador, with Detective Alex here," who he gestures over to Alex, who was sitting down on a chair, who's just waves at you guys. "First, we want to say thank you. Your deed not only saved a lot of lives, it arrested several individuals, part of it. Secondly, you saved Volador from destruction of a demon, which I can only imagine would have been very dangerous if it had went through. And third, I would like to say congratulations to it being such a success. And with that, I would like to give you an award. Especially you, Asumi. Consider this an award for participation." He gestures to the knight who brings in. The knight brings in a large bag that has a dollar symbol on it. To which he puts it on the ground and opens it up and backs up. There is gold coins worth about 2,000 a piece for each one of you. So each one of you are rewarded with 2,000 gold coins, as well as it's diamond, right? Yeah, as well as diamond rings, which honestly could be used for anything. So please enjoy that. So just to make sure I make it clear out of character, you're rewarded with each one of you gain 2,000 gold coins and a diamond ring. Except for you, Asumi, since technically you already have an enchanted diamond ring. But the rest of them, you guys have the 2,000 and a diamond ring.
This is perfect. This is just the amount I needed.
To pay your debts at local casino?
No, to go to the Ark.
Asumi bows and goes, "Thank you, Sir Amik. At least will be enough to maybe make a few upgrades to my armor and weapons." Which Sir Amik nods. And lastly, the last reward I wish to give you, to the spellcasters in here. He gestured to Zelda, and Luke.
What am I, chopped liver?
Huh?
What am I, chopped liver?
Yeah, no, you're
Like,
not. But no, because technically you would already have this temple.
oh,
I believe you have this. But that's to the spellcasters. For those of you who are not citizens of the city and haven't helped us before, we will also give you access to the lodestone, which originally was supposed to have our city's mage with us to be able to give you the lodestones incantation. But she is not here at the moment, which eventually you do hear, I'm here, give me a moment. As you see a gnome wizard wearing a full white attire with a white hood and a white scarf covering her mouth. As on her waist, she would have a hourglass right there, and on her, I think it was her right arm and skirt is leaking sand that vanishes as they start moving further away from the robes. And she looks over. She pulls her scarf down and her hood down. She goes, "Dimple, Asumi! So it's you folks that I'm giving the lodestone to."
Yeah, well, kind of comes with the territory.
Asumi goes, "Hi, Auntie Glimdu." "Oh, come here, you two." She goes on ahead and she goes and gives Dimple a nice, warm, big hug before pinching both of his cheeks. Like, "Look at you, famous now, aren't you?"
Auntie, please stop. You're embarrassing me in front of everyone else. Again.
She looks at everybody else and she looks at Barrow. She goes, "Oh, so you found yourself a laddie."
You stop that!
She giggles before she looks at Asumi. She goes, "On your knees, mister." He enters, he obeys before she starts pinching his cheeks. Like, "Look at you all grown up. If your mother was here, she'd be proud." But there you go. She gives us a light smack on the cheek before she backs up. She goes, "All right, give me a moment. I'm going to..." She starts searching through her pouch. She goes, "Here it is." And she telekinetically has pulled out a piece of paper and starts writing on it, where she starts giving a verbal incantation before handing it over to Luke and Zelda after, looking at Sir Amic for confirmation. And she goes, "There you go. All you have to do is basically just add that to a book, a lodestone book, if anything. Basically, that incantation allows you to teleport straight to our lodestone. It'll take time. It's slower than normal teleportation. But at least you could use that lodestone anytime you want. These two already know it. But at least the two spellcasters like yourselves should be able to use it. And you could teleport the rest of the group by making the magic circle larger."
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll cherish it forever.
She gives us a smile before looking over to the rest of you, and then just backing up a bit, letting Sir Amic finish. He nods at Klimdu before going, "All right. And with that, I'm afraid this is the part where I have to tell you that your work here is done. You no longer need to be a group. You can leave whenever you want. Assuming, obviously, you are able to remain in the castle until we provide you with the next mission. But who knows? We might need you soon again. Adventure types usually end up getting more jobs than we can ever count." He gives a slight chuckle before going, "You are dismissed." Before he leaves, the Ballistilla goes, "Actually, I'm gonna need you folks to remain here. I have a mission to give you myself."
Well, this is a surprise.
"Of course." She goes, "Of course, forgive the surprise, but it's something I've been discussing with my closest knights." With Sir Amic nodding with a bow, he leaves, and Klimdu remains there just to listen, since it's her. Ceramic leaves. The ice scene just basically stands right next to the throne as Mastima also, as he tries to not give a smile to Klimdu, which eventually ends up too late, where they just stare at each other for a moment before seriousness comes in, where the ballista goes, "You folks have completed your mission, and for that I wish to say thank you. It's not every day that we end up having good news, especially to the public. I do want to hire you as adventurers as well, because our previous conversation about my father being called a conqueror, I wasn't completely honest with you. I gave you enough information to go with, but not enough to provide a more accurate help, in other words. I had to speak with my trusted knights to ensure that I could share what I know. With that, first I want to let you know that the mission that I will be sending you might not end very soon, but it will be dangerous. And you will not have authorization to anything within the city, but with my word, it will give you enough authorization to anywhere outside of this city or other cities of Saradomin. Is that understood?
Yeah, what exactly are you asking us to do?
So, speaking of the individual you spoke of calling my father a conqueror, I believe I know where that individual is from. And it scares me because my father told me about them. How determined they are to his cause, but how unchanging as well. They could be a Terra Guardian. Humans from the realm of Terragard, the original birthplace of the human species.
Well, that checks with what the Archpriest was telling us.
The Archpriest? Did you speak with him about that?
Yeah, he came to visit us to congratulate and whatnot, and unfortunately he let slip that he knew more than he was really letting on.
What makes you believe that?
Well, he assumed we had overheard this from someone, that someone was talking like this, when I had made no real indication. I just said we had heard about it. That assumption is making him a little suspicious, is all. He definitely seemed to know a great deal about, well, the original human civilization.
Mastima speaks up. Perhaps he could have overheard you when you were speaking with the Ballista. Was he here in the room or anywhere near during that time?
I don't think so.
The Ballista looks at Mastima before going, "We will discuss on him later. Or at least I will see what I can do about him later. It is a little bit concerning that he knows enough to share with you about it. But yes, the individual could be from Terragard. They are ruthless. The only few individuals that I know that are peaceful enough that were transported here is one that is a famous hero known by you by the history of this realm called Robert the Strong. As she says the name Robert the Strong, I am going to need all of you to actually roll for a history check to see how much you know about Robert.
12.
15.
Five.
Oop, rip.
I'm gonna give myself disadvantage because Kazik is dumb. 13.
14.
Oh, not bad, not bad. Just waiting for Asumi. You there? Okay, wow, he got a 24. Okay, so for, let's see, who were the people that passed? Let me check again. Right. So for first, for Thimble, Bera, for the two of you, you guys know the name Robert the Strong. You know that they're a hero. And you heard stories about them, how they managed to fight off these creatures called Dragonkins. And how they were one of Gielinor's greatest heroes. But that is all that you can recall. For the rest of you, you do know of Robert the Strong, and you do know of his story. From history, you know that he is a human from another plane. And it was considered the only evidence that there was by historians is because he was very tall for an average human on Gielinor. From the stories that you hear, you know that he was a very powerful human in terms of strength and combat. He was intelligent and skilled when it comes to fighting certain monsters. Especially one famous race of monsters that would be considered monsters called the Dragonkin. While at this moment a good number of them are extinct, you do know that his journals were at least read by several individuals that allowed you to know that he is from a plane different, he came from a different plane, but through a rift. But after that, that is all that you know of him. Give me one quick moment. I just noticed music is down. There you go. So with that knowledge, she continues. And King Arthur, who resides at this moment in the castle Camelot. These are the only two peaceful ones I know of. My father no longer visits the realm of Terragar, so I can only assume it's the reason why I can only assume that because he never visits them, they still consider him as a conqueror. Unless the reason why he never visits them is because they still have the idea of conquering world in his name. The whole reason why there's a lot of humans across the cosmos is because of my father. But a lot of them forgets of their origins. Especially me. I never knew where I was from until I've learned of it through the archive of New Dominion, the home world of, and the capital city of the Icene, where she gestures over to the Icene next to her. From what I've read, they are able to utilize magic from a rift that is located in their world. Robert the Strong came through that rift, according to his history and journals. The rift is able to allow individuals to travel unpredictably to their several locations. So I have a theory that this individual is from Terragard, and he came through the rift. If he's here, then he's most likely trying to conquer the world through Saradomin. Force my father, but through some unknown means of planning. I can't tell why he would go through all this trouble, but it sounds like they're doing it for my father. So the reason why I'm telling you this is because I wish for you to embark on this mission, to find out everything that you can and confront them. Which is why I first want you to go to Camelot and speak to Arthur. See what he knows and see if he's been in contact with this individual. Perhaps we could learn something and find a way to locate them and bring them and stop them. Alive, I would like them to be, mind you. I would like them to be imprisoned, to be trialed for their crime, and then maybe, just maybe, find out more about, well, their plans and if they had a contact with Terragard.
That's a lot to take in.
I can understand why. Hearing about some forces of humans from another world that conquer different planes that could potentially be powerful, I do. Which is why I think you folks are the best option for me to pick. Well, I will be honest, you're the second choice. The first was the former World Guardian, has been very busy as of recently. But hearing what you folks have done, I think that you are the best options we have right now. While I have my knights, some of my knights, and trusted bodyguards to embark on separate missions. Asumi responds with, "My lady, we actually had sent someone to speak with with King Arthur. Perhaps we don't even need to go. We might if he's taking too long. But perhaps we
There's no way he made it there yet.
Damn. Way to just shoved it there right there. Accurate, but damn. As you say that, the Ballista goes, well, on the chances that he does make it, there's a good chance that they won't believe an old man is there for the safety of Gielinor or anything. I can assume he would be shunned by the knights guarding the castle. So in which case is why I prepared this. She gestures over to one of the servants who comes up with a scroll that is sealed with a blue ribbon and locked, which is locked in with a symbol of Saradomin. She goes, "This is a degree that will allow them to know that I am sending you. I would hope and assume that my father's message reached them, and hopefully they know and understand the urgency of it. So give this to the guards in case they don't assist your friend." She's one of the so the servant basically walks up to hand it to Asumi, who's the white knight. So while this is happening, anybody have any questions or statement for the Ballista?
Basilissa, and none for me.
I will never be able to say it right. So anything. So yeah, sorry. Any questions? Assuming responds with a bow and also has a question. He goes, Your Grace, I suppose before we depart, I do have one question. If they conquered different planes in the past, and the possibility that they continue right now, is there a chance that we might be seeing a crusade of these people? As you ask that, she looks down for a moment to think, and she goes, most likely. From what I've read, their crusade is more obvious. So whatever is going on, I can only assume it is just to prepare for a crusade, to at least avoid a bloody one. But hopefully we can avoid having to deal with Terror Guard's might. Does anyone else have any other questions before you depart?
If understand right, all interplane movement bullshit goes through one portal thingy, yes? Why not simply take control and build fortification? Or blow up?
Can you repeat that? I tried to understand you, but my hearing problem kind of got me. Can you repeat that one more time?
In general, what Kaz recovered is that most of the transportation between the planes goes through a single portal, and he's asking why we not simply take that and fortify it, or try to blow it up, or disrupt it, or something.
That's a good question. I have no idea how to respond to that, actually. Somebody help?
I mean, the best thing to hold it to, if they have a choke point, is to hold it. But yeah, we know from this one portal, the way to another world. Let's just have it stand in the open where everybody can enter as they please. I would at least expect to be a fortress there or something.
Yeah.
Or, if it's stationary, just stick up like 300 feet or something below it to make everybody just fall to their death.
Yeah, no, then, yeah, we could do that. God damn it, hold up. I'm getting called by someone. This is actually an important call. But yeah, we'll do what you just said, Kazric. Let's just kind of skip that for a moment. The rest of you are there. Real quick, let me answer this, but if anybody has any questions, just type it in on Discord. But for now, talk among yourselves. Let's say that you guys are walking out of the castle. Be right back. So go ahead and talk among yourselves during the Discord, like, in character. I'll ask you guys what I missed. Alright, I'm back. Hold up. Sorry. What did I miss?
I think we're talking about whether or not the Archpriest is from Terragrad. What was the question, Bera?
I asked if there was a path to Camelot through Edgeville, since I didn't know how we get to Camelot.
No, there isn't. Camelot's is towards the west. Yeah, it's towards the west, whereas Edgeville is to the east. Northeast specifically.
If we wanted to do that, we'd have to make a separate stop then.
Did you have some business in Edgeville?
We were talking about going and breaking into the Cardinal's house to see if he was a Terror Guard or knew anything about the Terror Guards.
Asumi responds with, oh, hold on now. We're going to Edgeville to speak with the Archpriest, but we were only told that he was in the monastery. We'll be talking to him to the monastery. I don't think we know where he lives specifically.
No, but I assume he lives in Edgeville, or at least has a house in Edgeville, or a room in the monastery.
Oh, he's typing. Alright. He says most monks within the monastery live within the monastery. So I don't think he'll have a house. If anything, we can't just break into the monastery. That's something that would basically be very frowned upon. And yes, you're right about that, so you can't say that, which I'm gonna read it out loud. Would probably be a potential penalty of death or exile from the kingdom. And if Edgeville is in Misselin, then that means we'll probably either be killed in Misselin or exiled from Misselin.
We could just say that we have the barista's permission. Seta, the daughter of Saradomin's permission.
Asumi also does air quote, we.
Yeah. I know you're never involved in the criminal aspect of it.
He looks towards you guys first to see even if you agree with Bera's plan.
I don't think it's criminal, it's investigation. Government does all time.
Asumi goes, this is a bad idea. Trying to break it into a monastery. I think we should just go and focus on the mission first. If there's anything that leads to the Archpriest being from Terragard, I'm certain the Balisila would send someone else that can do the job without getting in major trouble.
Yeah, as much as I would love to break into someone's house and steal their stuff, you didn't hear me say that, we probably do need probable cause. He's being suspicious, but we need a little bit more to go off of.
He also added something, but it actually works well with what Thimble said. He said, and simply saying that we have the Balisila's permission wouldn't really be believable and would most likely get her into more trouble against her people, the Saradominists.
Is it even illegal to just walk into a monastery? You just, want people to come in and learn about Saradomin?
She's typing, unless somebody else wished to respond to that. He answers, no, but breaking into their living quarters is illegal.
That's only if Thimble gets caught.
Repeat that? What was that? You thought what?
I said that's only if Thimble gets caught doing it. I assume Thimble would be breaking in.
It's really risky, though. He's the archpriest of the Edgeville Monastery. If we fuck this up, well, it's gonna make us trying to figure out what the hell is going on with the Terra Guardians even harder.
So you're saying if you fuck up, it'll make it harder.
Yeah. Because it's a lot of pressure to break into what is potential... Because let's say he is Terra Guardian. Let's say he is hiding it. According to the Basilisk, they have magic we are not overly familiar with from this rift thing. You don't think he's going to have some kind of security measures in place?
Assuming he is also, if he agrees, he is also breaking into one of the most holiest places in this world, which means karma will be on our ass like no tomorrow.
Yeah, holy spawn, we killed like 25 of the red things. I don't think karma's the problem. We already fucked.
That is true, we did kill a bunch of hawks.
Average hawks.
Zamorak hawks.
Annoying little shits.
I mean, if Thimble's not up for it, then we could just go to Camelot. He is our resident thief if he doesn't think he can get past Terra Guardian security.
Ooh, shots fired.
Look, Barrett, since it's your idea and you want to take the risk, then by all means, you go ahead. But personally, we should really fucking focus on the main threat that we know about before we start going around guessing. Yeah, the Archpriest is suspicious, but I don't want to risk blowing our knowledge that we know to him. Because remember, this guy's a powerful man, and if we have no proof to, back up our claims, then we're going to get seriously screwed over.
Yeah, I can see that.
Gnome has point.
Then we could just go to Camelot then.
You guys have finally reached to the courtyard of the castle, where you're starting to make your way to the bridge. You're continuing your conversation. Continuing your conversation. If you wish, you can continue it. With Bera saying, we could just go to Camelot then. Anybody want to continue off with that or plan with that?
Yeah, sounds good.
I'd assume he is typing, and he's been typing for a while, so I'm assuming he also has something to say. Okay, he goes, Camelot it is. Besides, the Ballistilla did say she was going to have one of her knights and trusted guard to look into the Archpriest. So it's best to leave them to do it. If anything, it could be Uncle Mustima. We all know how well resourceful he can be. So he edited that out and says, Dimple and I know how resourceful Mustima can be.
Yep. Big man. A lot of persuasion at his hands.
We could ask the vampire chick. She maybe has ideas, and we would not be associated with her. I mean, she owes us favor.
I forgot about the vampire woman.
Me too.
They are the most sneaky kind from what I know. Should help, yes.
He does owe us one for getting your girlfriend back.
Indeed, and probably also that does not like fanatic priests who want to burn her to death. So, good incentive, either way.
We even know where she is?
She's probably still in the city.
It couldn't
But
hurt
the
to send her.
question is where in the city?
Well, I mean, we could probably check out where she's opening that blood bank.
Yes, good idea.
Asumi's asked, do we go now or do we have a drink?
Well, I did not bring this barrel all the way over here just for us to skip drinking.
Yeah, let's first celebrate before we start getting down to business.
Alright? As you all agree to go first and celebrate first, you start making it to the rising sun. And with that, we're gonna pause it here, because I need to get something to eat and drink water, and I'm pretty sure the rest of you also need to either use the bathroom, get something to eat, drink water. So we'll be back in the next 30 minutes. So yeah, BRB. Alright, and we are back. Is everybody rejuvenated? Just ready to continue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Let's rock.
Alright, good. Alright, so. As you all make it to the rising sun, you get in, and where do you sit? Do you sit in the bar counter, at the bar, like at the counter, or do you look for a large table?
Probably a large table.
Alright.
Table.
Table.
Alright, and you look around the first floor, and there isn't any large table. Do you wish to go to the second floor?
Yes?
Yeah.
Alright. As you walk upstairs to see, and you find him. You find a relatively, a very large table to be able to fit the 7 of you. And it's right at the corner of the balcony to be able to see outside. Basically, if you look at the live stream, probably not all of you do that, but basically you're where the balcony is, you're able to see the castle in the distance on top of the hill. Well, not on top of the hill, but where the hill's at. And you can see the pond of Falador with several trees right there, and probably some duck there as well. As you go to sit down, letting the breeze of the wind, of the spring wind hitting you, you are relaxed. As you finally manage to sit yourself down and waiting, one of the bartenders, one of the waitress walks up and she goes, "Hello there. How can I help you folks? Thirsty? Hungry?"
Mainly thirsty, but what food do you have?
Oh, well, we have all the sort of type of food that you cannot think of. We have... She goes on ahead and she gets out a menu and starts handing it to each one of you. Our signature dishes, we have mostly steaks with mashed potatoes. We have a steak sandwich, which is basically a very interesting style of dish from several cultures. We also have soup, a variety of soup and stews. We also have just a regular sandwich, if you wish, salad. I know there's apparently several individuals that likes to eat greens, obviously. And we also have a dish that we imported called sushi. But I would not recommend that at this moment, as we're very low on sushi, and it might the entire dish might not be complete. So I would recommend something else if you're feeling something fishy. We do have a fried salmon.
2 steak sandwiches for me.
Very well. And to drink?
Wizard Mind Bomb, please.
All right. I should probably get my cookbook and explain how a wizard mind bomb tastes. You know what? I might just do that. Give me 1 minute so I can go on ahead and get the cookbook. I'm feeling generous.
Oh, God damn it, David. He has to bring out the fucking lore book.
There you are, you little bastard. Alright! I still have the cookbook in mint condition. Alright, I still have the cookbook in mint condition. Alright, so she goes on ahead and she writes that down. Who else wants to order? Who else is ready to order?
Can I get a glass of wine?
A glass
I'll
of wine?
order.
Alright, hold up. Alright, so you go on ahead, you ask for a glass of wine.
With smoked salmon.
Fried salmon, alright. So, okay, yeah, so just to make sure, yeah, so there's a soup and stews, and then the main courses is fish, which is salmon, is all, or to make it more interesting, is a whole grilled red snapper. Excuse me. There's a yukthanki kebab, a cooked amal wrap. There's fish, which you requested, shrimps, lobsters. Let's see, because I want to make sure. The cooked meat, which is with a sandwich, steak sandwich. There's dessert, which is usually cakes, pies, a red berry pie, cheesecake, some biscuits. There's also roasted beast meat. And there's also tuna corn. I don't even want to know. And to drinks, the drinks from the list of the menus, there's the Ascarnian Ale, obviously. The Wizard Mind Bomb, which, they don't really have the Wizard Mind Bomb in the cookbook. I'm disappointed. But Wizard Mind Bomb is blue, right, Steve? Thimple?
Yeah, light blue.
Yeah, so then I can probably blueberry special. I could probably consider that. There's also Chocolate Saturday, the Short Green Guy, and a Mature Cider. So, so you wanted the salmon, the fish, the whole red snapper, and to drink you wanted wine, correct?
Yes.
All right. Anybody else?
Steak and the ale.
All right.
Also, 2 steaks and a Dwarven Scout.
All right. Sadly, there's no Dwarven Stout. I'm disappointed that there's no Dwarven Stout also. Anyway, and Asumi is ordering. He says he's going to order an Ascarnian Ale with the roasted beast meat. All right. Bear, what about you? And Luke?
I'd like some red berry pie and a short green guy cocktail.
All right.
I'll take a steak and salad with a mind bomb.
You wanted what? I'm sorry, my hearing aid problem.
A steak and salad and a mind bomb.
All right. All right. And with that, I believe that's everyone. She goes ahead and writes it all down. And she leaves. A few minutes goes by. And she goes ahead and she starts bringing in the food. So, first is an order of the dishes. Alright. So, first. Actually, give me 1 minute because I just noticed something on my Discord. Alright, there you go. You guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, so I just realized I was using a different a headphone piece for some reason on my Discord, but I never noticed. Alright, so as a few minutes goes by, the waitress comes in with the food, handing each one of you your food. For Thimble, you ordered the steak sandwich, correct?
Yep, I ordered 2.
Right, and then the Wizard Mind Bomb. So I'm gonna go with cooked meat. Ooh, okay, and that is on page 68. I gotta give you the authentic feel of it. You must taste it with your ears. All right. So, as you go and take a bite of it, you taste such juiciness of it, having some orange, lime, a hint of syrup, and some yellow onions as you start biting into the sandwich and the steak itself. The saltiness of it. Oh yeah, the salty in it. And you could feel the taste of it being cooked with charcoal. That you don't taste the charcoal, but you could tell that it was cooked to perfection on I would say I should probably ask, how well does your character like the meat cooked?
Medium rare.
So perfect medium rare, that as you bite into it, the juiciness of the meat from the flavors and everything just dripping down to the side of your mouth, of you're just in La La Land for the moment. And as you take a drink of your Wizard Mind Bomb, which I'm going to call it a blueberry special for now, because there's no Wizard Mind Bomb in the cookbook, and I'm very disappointed. Disappointed in you, Jagex. Very disappointed.
It's a cookbook, not a brew book.
It's still a cookbook, damn it. Alright, so you start tasting a hint of sugar with a hint of rum, ale to the strongest point, with freshly squeezed lemon juice, and you could tell there's a slice of, hold on, I'm trying to breathe here as my nose is itching. There's a slice of blueberry within the taste of the ale. And with that, I would say you do have some better connection to the knowledge of Arcana, thanks to the Wizard Mind Bomb. Bear, real quick, remind me what you ordered again? I know you ordered the short green men, but what was the appetizer? I mean, the food?
Red berry pie.
Red berry pie. Good choice. Good choice. I can actually get that. All right. So that is in page 97. Eat with your ears, folks. Eat with your ears. You're going to enjoy this. If I can find the red berry pie. All right. So real quick, while you are handed the red berry pie, do me a favor and roll for history.
Say history?
History, yeah, history.
16.
You are familiar with the red berry pie. It is a famous dessert dish for those of the Mkondo tribe dwarves. and it is one of their favorite dish to eat. You could probably bribe one or persuade one to make you something illegal, and they will most likely do it so long as you have a red berry pie. Let's see. Oh god, I'm about to sneeze again. Alright, so as you go on ahead and you eat the pie, aside from it being sweet from the amount of sugar it has, you mostly taste vanilla, red berry, the sweet texture of the pie crust itself, having some vanilla, like the hint of vanilla, with another hint of kosher salt, and hold up, what was the next one that I want to show? Oh, and another hint of almond, all mixed together in this. Your sweet tooths would be dancing to this. For you, Asumi, since you ordered the roasted beast meat, yeah, there you go, I see it. Roasted beast meat, you said. Roasted beast meat, where are thou? Alright. So, as it comes in, on the plate is not a kebab, but what, a kebab? I think these are kebabs.
Kebab.
Huh?
Kebab.
Yeah, I think these are kebab. Those little things you get from hunters that you smash them on the rock, I guess. But yeah, kebab. So basically you taste okay, you probably know this because I know your ass loves this. Sirloin steak. That's what it is, right? Yep, a sirloin steak with a hint of vinegar, lemongrass, basically just put around it, tasting a mix of soy sauce and fish sauce, having a good, like your tongue also tastes another hint of sugar, palm sugar, cumin, and the varieties of vinegar. I already said vinegar, I think, with natural oil of canola. You being with you eating this, you could feel all that spices, and with you also wanting an Asgarnian ale, which is probably the first thing I see, right? Nope, it is not. I thought it was going to be the first thing. Here you are. With the Asgarnian ale, you taste basically just regular beer. It's just a normal regular beer, having honey within it. You could have the hint of honey with another hint of warflock. I really don't know if I'm pronouncing that properly or not. Luke, you wanted a salad and what was it, steak?
Yep. And a mind bomb.
All right. And a wizard mind bomb. Well, the wizard mind bomb, you taste the same thing as Thimble when you take that or when you give it a drink. As for the steak, which is cooked meat, basically the same thing, having this taste of different flavors without obviously the bread there. but as you eat the meat, having a different flavor. How do you how does your character like your meat done?
Like medium rare.
Medium rare also. You also enjoy the medium rare taste. The juice coming down a little, almost having you to slurp a bit from the sauce that it has mixed within the like barbecue sauce, and just the juice that a medium rare steak would give out. Kazarick. Sadly, there's no dwarven stout, but I believe last session I told you, but you have a sense of strong drink into that. That you feel yourself almost not rejuvenated, but you can feel yourself capable of basically just mining through rocks without rest. And what was is it that you wanted to order? You ordered to eat again?
Kazrik simply ordered 2 steaks. Because your boy is hungry and fat.
And yeah, you are devouring that steak, tasting the spices, the sauce that comes with it. And how does your character like it? Like how?
He loves it.
Then yeah, then there you go.
You can see him eating with enthusiasm, which might not look that well to other bystanders. As he also is eating with his fingers.
That's good. Yeah, so you're enjoying that, and I lost my page where I was. Rudovic, remind me yours also, because keeping up with all of you was my mistake.
Steak and ale.
Steak and ale. So yeah, basically the same thing. You're basically tasting normal ale with a hint of honey. Also with the steak, the same thing. How does your character like the steak cooked?
Medium rare.
Medium. Okay, I keep hearing medium rare, but I just might as well. Just once again, the same thing. Deliciousness. As for Zelda, yeah, basically the wine you would get it. Is there a specific wine you would want? Because we could just say that it exists in the game for
Red wine.
Red wine. All right. We could say that it exists as something else. Is there any wine here? Nope. But actually, Bear, I forgot to give you the short green guy. But I'll go back to you in a minute because that's what I was looking for this whole time. I couldn't find it. Red wine. Then what else was it? The fish.
Oh yeah, salmon.
Yeah. So that is 58. Whee! Oh shit! That went too far. Alright. So, as the salmon get to you on the plate, you eat. As you take a bite of it, you taste natural oil, like perhaps maybe canola or safflower. Coarse sea or cashew salt, whichever you prefer. Fresh black pepper. With next to the fish, there's a slice, a lemon sliced in half, for you to be able to pour around it if you wish. And then there's I do not know how to pronounce this. This is probably my fault.
Type it in the chat.
Yeah, hold up. Let me type it in the right chat because I don't need to type it on the wrong chat. Gonna end up making two different group hungry. Alright. So let's see. So it is spelled. There's 2 ways, but I'm just gonna go with the latest one since it's the easiest for me to type in one hand.
Cilantro.
Cilantro with a taste of cilantro. Yes. So basically, you're eating the good stuff. Now for Barra, I forgot about your short green guy. That sounds racist, but Welcome to Gielinor. Yes, I know it's right here. Like, where is it though? Chocolate Saturday. I kind of want to make myself that. Scarnian Ale. Hey, hold up. I said short green guy. Why am I getting something else? Oh, because I skipped it. Alright, there you go. So, Vera, for you as the short green guy, ends up being a very famous gnomish dish. Coming in a very, not fancy, but it looks like it could be fancy glass with green liquid in it. Having Madari, vodka, fresh lemon juice, fresh lime juice, club soda as a topping right for it, with lime basically put on the side of the glass. In other words, you're drinking as fancy as Zelda right now. So yes, I hope you all.
I make sure to use.
I made you all hungry and suffer.
Make sure to lift my little finger as I drink. My little pinky finger.
You raised your little pinky right there, just trying to show off your fancy drink.
And the next thing that's kind of like eating with his fingers. It's delicious. Takes a sip of his drink, smattering the sauce everywhere.
Kesrick, could you eat a little bit more civilized?
Or at the very least, avoid making a mess.
But have napkin and taste good. Can clean up later anyway.
I guess, but you're just making... It's getting everywhere, dude.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, my microphone got disconnected slightly. Alright. Fuck. Okay, so first let me put the cookbook somewhere. So yeah, Vera, sorry. I think I got everybody, right? Did I get everybody in the dish, or am I missing someone?
I think you got everyone.
Okay. Alright, so you guys are just enjoying your food then. You're enjoying your meal. Just enjoying the just finally having something to eat on after a very long mission. And this, I would say, you all notice this is probably the second or third time that you managed to be able to sit around and actually talk amongst yourselves for a moment. Oh, I'm sorry, Asumi, I didn't see that. Asumi goes on ahead and raises his glass for a moment and goes, I would like to say that cheers to us for not only being able to succeed on a mission, but to actually showing proper teamwork. Something that I noticed was rare amongst early party members. So, here's to us.
To us.
I raise my ale and to us.
Goons!
What?
With that, you guys...
Hell yeah.
as you guys just continue to eat your food, cheering to Asumi's statement.
So I assume we're drinking Kazric stuff once we get back to the castle, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what? We actually forgot about Kazar's beer that is in the castle. I guess you could save it for another special occasion.
No. That's just for the post dinner drinking.
This is like before it's gonna be party, you know?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? Because it sounded like your microphone was being moved. I guess.
Better now?
Yeah.
This is before party. Then we're gonna have to party, you know?
Yep, let's hopefully not make a mess of the castle. So, well, let's just enjoy the food first.
Asumi responds with, "We can take it back. We can bring it with us on our travel and probably drink it there too as another celebration to surviving this long."
Yeah, sure. I think it probably will travel well, right, Gazrick?
Yes.
It depends how we are gonna travel. On foot or by horse, carriage, gnome helicopter.
If I remember last time, Gnome helicopter not best option.
Asumi responds with, "No helicopters."
Yeah, given the fact that we are not on as tight a time crunch, we can probably more safely go by foot or on cart.
What are the odds to be attacked by a group of Zamorakian hawks again?
You just had to say that out loud, didn't you?
Yeah, it's not
I mean,
like
like, we could take the copter.
it's not like an ominous sky entity is writing all this shit down.
Better if
we
we
take
get
the gnome
attacked, I will
helicopter.
punch you in the face.
If we take the gnome helicopter, it's, you know, what they say, lightning doesn't strike twice in the same place.
Yes, only 3 times in the same church.
What path do we have to take to get to Camelot? What cities do we go through?
I think we go through Taverley, then we cross the White Wolf Mountain, and then through Catherby on the other side, and then Camelot will be right there.
So the city of the Druids.
That's quite far, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a long trip, but it's definitely better than trying to go, like, all the way to Mortania or something.
Asumi goes, "Maybe along the way we could probably do some side quests, perhaps maybe to see if anybody knows anything about any mind-controlled individual or encountered anything like that. Who knows, maybe the Crux Equal would be able to know something."
Yeah. Oh yeah, we forgot to ask Ceramic if he interrogated that guy who said he was brainwashed.
Well, since we don't have, being oppressed by time, we can just go back and ask him.
Yeah, let's do that after we're done celebrating.
Or do it before and then get shit-faced.
I don't know, I kinda wanna, like, be able to remember later.
Alright, have it your way.
Ba-da-ba-ba-bum. Wait, no, hold on, that's... Have it your way's Burger King.
Wrong one. Sumi says, "Yeah, I was hoping to celebrate first before we could get focused on the rest of the stuff we need to do."
We don't have to go through Trollheim, right?
No, that is other direction. Trollheim is much more to the north than White Wolf Mountain.
Oh, good. I didn't want to run into my ex.
I'm sorry. Come again?
My ex in Trollheim, I didn't want to run into them. We didn't leave on the best notes.
Assuming responds with, "You have an ex where?"
I think she said
Fine.
Trollheim.
He's a prison guard there.
What a brave person.
Quick question. Is he a troll?
His name's Barry.
And let me guess, he ate a berry.
Yeah, well, that's how their names work there.
You poor thing. You poor thing.
I lean towards Timble and say, I think she is a size queen.
Oh, sorry, say that again? I didn't quite hear you because David was laughing.
Yeah.
What did you say, Rudy?
I think she is a size queen, if you know what I mean.
I have no idea what that is.
Asumi just goes, hold up. You mean to tell me you dated a troll because and their name is Barry?
Oh yeah, that's their name. He was a troll guard. He was a guard up at Trollheim. He was my #1 customer when I went up there.
He asks, why? How?
Well, I go around selling berry juices. I ventured our north, I believe. I thought I was going to Berthop, but I ended up in the mountains of Trollheim.
You would need to go past Berthorpe to get to Trollheim. How did you... Never mind, it's Bera.
I don't know.
Stop thinking.
I missed it entirely.
Damn. Asumi looks at Dimple and goes, I guess you have competition.
Fuck off.
I started something I do not regret starting.
I'll make you regret it.
I love you too. Anyway. He Sumi chuckles for a moment as he goes back to drink his beer. His ale. Anybody else wants to add to the conversation? To anything?
So, I guess the real big question right now is, how are we going to take care of the mountain part? Because there are two options. One option is we somehow convince the dwarves to let us use their tunnels to avoid the mountain entirely, or we try going over the mountain itself.
We have Patrick. He will
Go for mountain is easy. We just take train. Not very expensive. I'm no good guy. He'll help.
Well, I mean, if there's a train option, that actually saves us the trouble of having to go all the way to Taverley.
I was Black Knight, you know. Good times. Split many skulls.
I think you mean Blackguard. Black Knight has...
Blackout.
Yeah. Anyway. Alright, so that simplifies the travel part of it. So once we're all set to go, it should be easy.
How much time do we have to complete this? Like, is it whenever we feel like it, or?
I mean, I think she'd like it done over time. It's like slowly work towards it, but there's not like a big rush, I think.
I think we have until the Terrans invade. If they invade.
Yeah, we have until the world ends, I guess.
Well,
We should make sure to
here's
find
to that.
little things to do from time to time too. Not only focus on big thing. Otherwise, get boring and depressing if not make it land.
Yeah, fair point.
Asumi responded with, we probably have enough time, but we don't really know how much of that time is, considering that the main villain that we're basically after most likely will think of something very soon. So we have from now until then, I suppose.
Makes sense.
Where are we able to catch the train? Is there one here at Falador, or do we have to go back to Varrock? Or go to Varrock?
DM, this is the part where my lack of RuneScape knowledge leaves my brain be.
What do you say?
I asked where we have to catch the dwarf train at. If there's one here in Falador, or if we have to go to Varrock.
And I said above table, I don't know, because I'm not a RuneScape player.
Sorry, I still missed what he said. What did you say, Bera?
I asked where we have to get on the dwarf train.
Oh,
either
okay.
here or in Varrock.
I'm pretty sure it was here, because I think the Varrock train is a separate thing. Because remember, Kazric got off the train here in Falador, and I think we had set up there's a station here.
Oh, okay.
So you guys are very close to finishing your meal. Is there anything else you would like to discuss before we continue on to first talking to Sir Amic, and what else was it there? Talking to the vampire?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so Amic,
yeah, we
vampire,
want to talk to her.
Right. So then Amic, vampire, and then Train?
Yeah, I think it's Amic Vampire Train.
Alright. So, as you all finish up your dish, the waiter comes in with the bill, the check. All of you together, the total for all of it was about, I would say, as a normal restaurant from back in the medieval days, I'm not going to do that much of a math, I would say it's around at least 275 gold coins. So
I'll pay it.
Yeah, so that's like in total. So, who's paying?
Me, Rudovic.
Alright. So you see Rudovic be the first one down to just like a rich person who wants to pay for everybody's meal quickly as possible. Like just puts down his credit card quickly. Rudovic does that. You see him just go and just get his pouch, quickly gets the money and go, here.
Oh no, you beat me to it.
Like you would actually play that.
And there you have a tip, miss. I give her 25 extra gold as a tip.
I think for generosity.
So, as you go on ahead, you are paid. You pay. You start getting up and you start walking out of the bar and returning back to the castle, where you go up the stairs and are you guys all going with Asumi, or is just Dimple and Asumi going by themselves first?
I have no objections to anyone coming with us.
Where exactly are they going? I didn't catch it.
I think we're going to go see Ceramic.
Weren't we supposed to party first?
Oh, yeah, weren't we going to party and then we'll see Ceramic in the morning?
Yeah.
Dang it, David, stop
Yeah, that's
distracting us from our party time.
No, what was that? Sorry?
We're not seeing ceramic now. We're doing that in the morning after we party.
Oh, you want to party all day? Alright, fine. That's fine.
No, it's night.
Alright, well, what else do you want to do now since you already paid for your meal? Because it's, like, from the time that you got there, I would say it's nighttime, but it's not late. So you, like, probably still have enough time to do other things.
I guess we are going to go see ceramic.
Oh,
You
right,
pull
that's
pranks?
what you have to. No, but
No pranks for you.
I was gonna put poison ivy juice in the beer.
Okay, but why though?
It would make them itchy.
But we're drinking the beer.
Not your beer. One they're gonna sell to customers.
we are the customers.
Well, we already finished our order, you know? Leave
Okay,
them
What
party.
is that fucking barrel that you poison?
Whoa.
Just gets
God
thrown in.
fucking damn it, my ears, Rudolf, fix your mic. Ah,
Fuck.
Yeah,
Gott verdammt.
you may want to check to see how well plugged in it is, or the cord itself, because yeah, it was. Oh. Yeah, because that was like really scratchy.
Right?
Is it better now?
Yeah, but it like comes and goes.
Yeah, I feel like it's
I don't know, it
random.
just... It can be just the fucking cable as I move my head, you know, it just fucking twists or something like that.
That might mean you may need a new headphone.
Well, fuck me.
Yeah, my condolences.
Yeah, no thank you.
You need to clearly what you need to do is you need to go to a place of work, steal one of their cool headphones, and then just take it home without them finding you.
That's smart. Real smart. You have a plan now. Just gotta execute it. That's the difference.
Yep. Anyway, yeah, so Barra, pretty sure you would get into so much trouble for doing that. And also, why would you do that? To what end does that accomplish?
It's a prank. It's just supposed to be funny, you know?
How is it funny that people are in agony from being super itchy?
I am pretty sure if you ruin somebody's well-deserved drinking time, you will hurt yourself by having your head clung against my hammer.
Yeah,
Fine. All of you are wet rags anyways.
I love good pranks, but not against good working people who just want to drink all of their problems away. I am a good working person who wants to drink all their problems away. It's not fair.
Fine, I'll find something else to poison.
Something else?
You can go poison rats, maybe even make buck from it.
Yeah, you take poison, you kill a rat with it, you get paid. It's called being an exterminator.
Assuming...
I've never killed a rat with poison before. But there's a first time for everything.
Oh, God. Assuming says, oh, you know we could probably go to Uncle Steve bakery. He has some good desserts there. Maybe we can get some dessert, go back to the castle, and probably drink the rest of the ale that Kazaric brought in, and eat some sweets.
yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I have lots of sweet, why buy from somewhere else?
Because it's our uncle.
Exactly, I got berries. Oh wait, I could sell him berries.
I got bolstering treats.
Alright. So I guess you guys head over to... as you guys start walking, I would say southeast of the inn. Not of the inn, at the bar. You eventually make your way to the Bullseye Bakery. as it's still open, thankfully. As you walk in, looking over, you see, Asumi, Simple, and the rest of your friends. I'm glad to see you guys again. Are you, do you need any help? Or are you here to actually buy something?
We're here to buy something.
Well, what do you want? Dimple, since originally Steve was your character, could you probably help out with the group? And what does he have on his display of bakery goods?
Cheesecakes, pies, regular cakes. Let's see, what else could there be? Carrot cake. And then let's see, probably some croissants.
What about some muffins?
Hell yeah, of course muffins and cupcakes.
The superior version of a muffin, a cupcake. Anyway, so as you all see the delicious sweet there, out of nowhere, you hear, "Tonton, get out of the fucking kitchen!" As you see a blonde hair, blonde goateed man, wearing a greenish attire outfit that looks somewhat feminine, fall down from the floor where you hear kitchen utensils just falling. Steve's face just looks like he's about to murder someone as Tonton basically rushes out, tries to parkour over the counter, but falls face first, stands up, and fixes his vest. Hey, Dimple, Asumi, good to see you. Steve?
Why are you like this? Why would you do this?
I just wanted to make sure Steve wasn't stealing my idea of a
He would
kebab
never
cheesecake. A cheesecake.
No one would want to do that. How many times do we have to tell you this? Oh, you probably should start running.
Then Asumi goes, how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? Tonton responds with, no, hold on. There are people that have actually eaten my cheesecake kebab because I thought of that. I was the first one to actually release that idea. Steve just groans as he goes, Tonton, a cabbage man eating your cheesecake kebab is as likely as me becoming your brother, which will never happen. Hey, never say never. Get out of my store! And Tonton just runs out. I'll see you guys later. With that, you see a female walk out of the kitchen, who's just slightly annoyed. Where is he? I'm about to kill him.
He just ran out the door.
He's out now. Don't worry about him. What did he do in there anyway? She pulls out vinegar. He tries to pour a whole bottle of this on your cheesecake. Steve just looks like he's about to blow, and he goes, I am uninviting him. No, I am banning him from ever setting foot into this shop. Dear, next time you see him, strangle him for me.
Well, that's a hell of a way to... That's a hell of a thing to walk into. Anyway, Uncle Steve, we came here to buy some yummy stuff. So put me down for a lemon cheesecake, please.
Of course. Good choice. What about you, Asumi? You still want the cookies? Or do you actually want something else this time? He goes on ahead. You're on Klim to suggested some cheesecake some cookies from her village. Do you want some of those? Asumi says, yes, please. Alright. I actually learned the recipe for it. It might not be accurate, but hey, you could taste test it for me. And he goes on ahead and he starts packaging it up. What about the rest of you? He looks at the rest of you. Do you guys want anything?
Muffins.
Well, muffin, great choice. Do you want
Can I get a brownie?
Multiple muffins.
Oh, that's obvious. And what was that, Zelda?
Can I get a brownie?
There would probably be brownies. Don't worry.
He goes on ahead and he just starts packing them up and everything. And he writes, alright. He goes on ahead and he has like several boxes on the counter. You can go ahead and take these. They're on the house. Anything for family anyway. Oh yeah, she's talking, Vera. Zelda, say something.
I was saying that brownies.
Yeah, I can't hear her at all.
Yeah. Okay, so you can hear? You heard her now?
No, I can't hear her at all.
Have you tried right-clicking her?
Can you hear me now?
Hold on.
If you hover over her profile and go down to user volume, you can probably turn that up, which might help.
It's at 100.
Huh.
It's not even showing she's talking. Like the green box.
That's weird.
Let me leave.
I am talking now.
And he's gone.
Yeah, it sounds like it was a him thing.
Yeah. He has audio issues, so don't worry, it's not you, it's him.
I can hear her too, yeah.
Alright, welcome back, Barra. You there?
Hello. Yeah, I'm back.
Alright. So, Zelda wanted brownie, muffins, pie, cookies. Anybody else? Get your sweets.
Yes. What else do you have in store?
Any what?
What else do you have in store?
What he, Temple?
What else do you have in the store?
Yeah, I know, like, would he have anything else in the store?
I mean, besides the stuff I listed earlier, probably any number of things.
Yeah, it is a bakery, so just whatever like a bakery would have, and maybe a little bit extra from other bakeries. I guess if you ever been to a bakery, it's like sweets, a lot of sweets, cookies, cakes, pies, muffins, cupcakes.
Do you have a bread sandwich?
All right.
I'm sorry, did you say a bread sandwich?
Yes, bread sandwich.
Yeah, it's actually a thing.
Oh my god, it's actually a thing?
Believe it or not, there's an Hispanic dish of that also. They call it something different, but I looked it up online and yeah.
Toast sandwich?
Yep.
Yes, toast with toast.
But why though?
It's a thing.
No, it's a fucking crime.
It's a war crime, god damn it. Someone get these people
It's
to
a
fucking
war-
Haug.
It's a war crime that sadly Steve managed to make because there was a customer that wanted this before. As you say that, Kazric, Steve looks at you and goes, "Oh God, you're one of them." And he goes on ahead and he just puts it there. There you go.
Wonderful. How much do I owe?
It's on the house. Any friends of Dimple and Asumi are a friend of ours, so it's on the house.
Well, thank you very much.
And Luke, what about you? Did you wanted to get something?
No, I'll pass.
So with that, you all have your sweets.
I
And,
want to try to sell Steve berries.
what was it that you wanted?
I want to try to sell Steve some berries for his for fruit or for his desserts.
Alright, go ahead and roleplay it. Try it. Roleplay it.
Well, Mr. Steve. I see you have a lot of desserts here, and you must need berries. Lots of berries. I can provide you berries.
No, thank you. He points over to the druid next to him, his wife. She actually can provide the berries herself. She's a druid. She can bring them out.
Well, those berries aren't as good as the berries I'm offering you.
He looks over to her.
My berries.
She looks over to you first and then looks over to her and she goes, "Give it a try. I want to see where this goes." Alright. What kind of berries can you offer me then that she probably can't?
These berries are from the Winkin farm. Have you heard of the gnome family, the Winkins?
I'm sorry, repeat that?
Have you heard of the family gnomes of the Winkins? The Winkins, Surely you've heard of them.
No, I don't think so. Why? I doubt that's a real thing.
They're the gnomes behind Vinesweeper, a very popular game, very popular. Anyways, they also produce berries. Now that I do. But these are specially grown in our own pocket dimensions. In our what's it called?
I need you to go ahead and
where are the
roll
houses?
Deception on all that.
No. Where are the what's it called? Player-owned homes? What are they in? They're in like some sort of.
I mean, if you're trying to say that
pocket dimension.
If you're trying to say that these
Gated
berries
community.
are unique, but it's more so like you're trying to sell these berries as unique, right?
Yeah. Well, they're grown on the Winkin farm, and the Winkin farm is like in the same kind of zone as a player-owned home.
That's fair. You can go ahead and roll for. Instead of deception, you could roll for persuasion to not in selling him the berries, but more like convincing him that the farming location is pretty unique, and as you try to explain it.
18.
Alright. He looks at you and he goes, really? A pocket dimension? Yeah, He points at Dimple. His aunt has a pocket dimension too. I believe she had some plants being grown. But you're telling me there's a whole farm of that? I'm impressed.
Family for at least one generation.
Alright, so then what's so special about these berries then? In fact, they look like ordinary berries that she could grow. He points at the druid next to him again.
Oh, they're so good that rabbits try to eat them. And we have to scare off the rabbits by feeding them algal root. Are you familiar with algal root, Steve?
They look at you, both of them. They look at each other with a small smirk. With Steve going, "Alright, you got my interest. How much are you selling these for?"
There he is. 5 gold coins.
Just 5. If it's just 5, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Thimble just motions behind Barrow, saying, "Do not, do not, do not." Just
Like he looks at you, Thimble,
Kevin,
and he goes, but sadly, I already have too much berries. Like I said, she grows them for me. But you know what? I'll do you something great. How about you ask me again in about a month? I'm sure I'm gonna need some new supply of it.
Right, I'll remember that. I'll write that down.
He nods as he looks at Dimple, just giving him a slight wink before continuing looking at Bera, like just nodding at her, writing it down, and he goes, "All right. So, what are you folks doing today, anyway? It's starting to get pretty late."
we were just celebrating a victory, is all. We managed to stop a demon summoning.
Ah, well, that's nice. That's real nice. Well, congratulations. I remember when I first did my first quest. Honestly, I still have the scar. Being thrown by, well, your mother, he says, looking at Asumi. I swear, I can still feel that landing. I'm just glad I convinced her never to do it again. Asumi responds with, "It would have been funny to see it one last time. Perhaps I could do it at Thimble for a good reminder."
Please don't.
Damn. An average D&D. It's never an average D&D if a fucking orc doesn't throw a gnome. Half orc, mind you. Alright. With that, Steve chuckles a bit. He goes, "Yeah, don't. Trust me, it's gonna be more painful for him than you realize it. But anyway, still, enjoy the sweets. And come back anytime if you want some more sweets. I'll be happy enough to provide. But do try to eat something healthy aside from sugary sweets. You know, you don't want to either gain too much weight or anything." Oh, by the way, Asumi, Dimple, you guys still have the key to the manor, right?
Pretty sure we got that somewhere.
Yeah, don't give it to Averg. We sort of are punishing him. He's banned from the manor for at least 2 months.
Again? What did he do this time?
He thought it was a good idea to basically paint a picture of himself and plaster it everywhere in the manor. And he forgot to add I'm going to assume he forgot to add clothes, because that's his argument. And I mean, like, paint pictures. He wasn't trying to hang them. He was trying to paint the manor with pictures of himself.
Alright, noted. No zombie man. Got it.
Wait, zombie man?
Yeah, to make things really complicated, Uncle Steve here, he and Angel have an old friend, very friend in quotation marks, called Evarg. He's a zombie.
At this point, I think calling him a zombie is an insult to zombies.
True, true.
You have an undying creature.
Well, he kind of, yeah, we kind of have to, like, take his head off sometimes to get him to stop doing annoying things.
If not,
I
we
think
have my
we know.
wife here to go on ahead and just make a prayer rite, which bothers undead, so that also works sometimes.
I think we should learn from your uncle and aunt, Timble, and whenever someone, I look at Bera, starts being annoying, we should probably use some of your... how the fuck do you call uncle and aunt, like, in a single word?
I think the closest
Relatives.
again.
Relatives.
Yeah, from your
Yeah, that's-
relatives, and use their tactics.
Yeah, we'll just replace the holy rite with a little spray bottle of water.
And replace... No, we do not replace the removing the head.
I'm not undead though.
That's the point.
Alright. With that being done and said, I guess you guys leave. You guys are leaving the bakery, and basically talking about all that.
Yeah. Also, after leaving the bakery, Keswick will put one of his hands onto Bear's shoulder. Bear, I was told not to be racist towards your kind, but Thimble is a rogue and you try to scam everybody. You make it hard. And then just continues walking without saying anything else.
As the drunk dwarf.
An honest dwarf, I would say.
Yeah, I don't know how to make of that comment, but I think we're probably outliers in the grand scheme of things.
I hope so.
You see, I don't know, what were we trying to say? Basically, I am not... I'm an outlier in terms of this. In terms of gnomes being thieves and whatnot.
And I'm not a scammer.
Yes, totally,
Really good.
Dara, totally. It's just that every time you talk about Perry's story is different.
Well, all that about my farm was true. I do come from the Great Winkins farm. You know, of Miss Winkins' World of Seeds. I'm sure you're all familiar with that.
Never heard of it.
Assuming he responds with nope.
Very, very popular farming store.
Is it though?
I thought it was a farm, not a farming store. Are you sure, Bear?
He sells seeds, so I mean, it's also a store.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Yes, and I'm the king of England, wherever that is.
I mean, it's not in the most convenient spot, obviously. You have to enter a portal to get there, but, you know.
Well, either way, let's go party. It's time to eat our sweets and get our drinks.
Well, and with that,
I agree.
alright. Sorry. God damn, I might have to drink my allergy medicines again. So you guys are now returning to the castle, and it starts getting pretty darker. A lot of shops are being closed down and everything. And as you return to the castle, you go back to the room that you were staying in. And of course, the gag of ale that Kazric brought in is still there, still filled with ale. And thankfully, the room has its own cabinet for like cups and all that. So you're able to grab the cups, pour the drinks in there, get wasted as much as you want. With that, you pass the whole night getting drunk enough to where you can just fall asleep and filling your stomach with sweets. So everyone gets a long rest from a good partying and a good night's sleep. So go ahead and long rest that shit. And with that, the morning starts coming up as the sunlight from the windows starts shining within the room. A few of you start waking up. So, going in order, Thimble, assuming you can go ahead and type how you wake up. Thimble, how do you wake up after a night of drinking and eating sweets?
Yep. Not feeling good. Oh god. This was a mistake.
Vera, what about you?
I definitely wouldn't drink Kazarik's stuff. I only drink cocktails. So I just wake up not drunk. Well, not as drunk.
Alright. Alright. Sumi says he wakes up just groaning a bit as he had like the biggest sugar rush and alcohol drain he's ever felt, just moaning and groaning at the pain he's in. Luke, what about you? Is Luke there or did he go BRB?
Good question.
Very good question. I don't know.
Yeah, let's see this.
Yeah, trying to
He went AFK, so let's just wait for him to get back.
Alright.
Sorry, back. What's up?
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, he typed to be before.
Yeah, I was asking how you woke up after a long night of sugar rush, if you had any sugar with your friends, or at least continuously drinking from Kazarik's dwarven drink.
Probably the dwarven drink, yeah.
Alright. But your reaction though, like how would your character wake up from that?
Oh, anybody got any water? My head's killing me.
As you say that, just to help you out there, you do see a jug of water right next to your, right next to the bed, right next to you. Basically, is on a counter. So you look to the side and you see it there. After you ask that question, you see it, and obviously, it's a nice ice water, probably put there by one of the castle's servants. Kazrik, how about you? How does your character wake up? You're a dwarf, obviously you have endurance, but after a long night from possible sugar rush, how does your character wake up?
Kazarek is basically, he's going to wake up a bit later than usual. He's going to do a big, long yawn, which sounds more like wrestling chains than anything healthy. And then he's going to speak Dwarvish for the next 10 minutes until he's reminded that he's surrounded by a bunch of commoners.
Kazrik, is everything good? That yawn did not sound, good.
Alles wunderbar, natürlich. Kein Problem.
Well,
Sounds like you
alright
need a
then.
little bit of fruit in your diet. I could hook you up.
Nee, ich möchte nicht vergiftet werden.
I think that's a no.
I'd start chugging the
Okay.
ice water.
Dibble just casually rolls out of the bed. Alright, need to get up now.
With that, Rudovic, how does your character wake up?
Fucking. Nah. Should have gone a little bit easier on those muffins. Ooh, yeah, that's not good. I get out of bed. Ooh. Does anyone here know where the toilet is?
Second door to the left, once you get out of the hallway.
Thank you. And I go to the toilet.
And the last one, Zelda. How does your character wake up from a long night of drink and sugar rush? Zelda?
Oh, she's out of the thing. Someone's got to invite her back.
Yeah, I sent the invite, so.
Yeah.
Don't know why it had 4 things show up, but anyway.
3 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. She's a speaker. She's the score.
Sorry. There's something wrong with my internet.
Oh, you're fine.
No worries.
You're fine. Did you hear what I said? Or asked, I guess?
No, I didn't.
Basically, how does your character wake up after a long night of eating sweets, if you joined on the eating sweet, and drinking?
Question, does my RuneScape elf has endurance?
Alright.
Does it?
Alright. Alright.
DM, she was asking if a RuneScape elf has endurance.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Give me a moment. Did I put it as that? Yeah, no. They would not.
Okay, so I'll wake up pretty hungover with a headache, and look if there's a jug of water, and I'll drink some water.
Your
Yeah.
mouth and your body basically thanks you from just having alcohol and so much sweets. That water, your body is just crying in happiness. Like, not physically, but you can feel your body thanking you for water.
Yeah, I shouldn't have drunk that. Drink that.
Alright, so you're all up now. Sumi actually wanted to say, alright, so now that we're all up and most likely in some weird hangover, are we ready to head out and do what we need to do?
Yep. Let's go.
So with that, as you start getting yourself prepared, probably either making sure you have the right equipment back on you and everything, you start walking out, feeling a little bit better after some stretches and everything, but you still have the slight feeling of hungover. You head over to Sir Amik's office, to where he looks over and he goes, good morning. I can see, I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. You were a bit loud last night. But I had to excuse that because obviously celebrating.
Yeah, sorry about that. I think we generally have a few regrets about how things went last night.
It happens, trust me. I was also young. Although, I can also confirm that I have an addiction to partying a little too hard as well. So,
Natürlich.
so trust me, I understand. So how can I help you? I assume you're here for a reason?
Yes, so you remember that guy we brought in a while back was dressed up as a Black Knight, but said he was brainwashed and whatnot? Did anything come of his interrogation?
Actually, yes, thank you for reminding me. I managed to have him transported here, and we've had some nights talk to him. Just now, I'm just reading through the reports, and apparently, some of the wizards agreed that it could be a sign of mind control, and given the evidence of what you given on some amulet, the wizard did some deep research on his Sorodominus amulet that he had on him, and with enough deep digging, there was evidence of some sort of enchantment. So we can assume that he was mind controlled.
Did he remember anything about before he got brainwashed?
We've asked him if he did, and no. Well, he did remember buying a necklace from a individual in black robes and a black hood covering his face. It was supposed to be very cheap, that holy symbol. But after that, there's nothing else he can remember.
Alright, well that's a case of buyer's remorse there. Alright, so at least we know that was possibly related, but a slightly different situation. Interesting.
I could only assume that this is connected in a way to, if I'm correct, to make it look like the Zamarakians and the Black Knights were plotting against the kingdom.
More than likely.
Well, nonetheless, that's pretty much it. Right now, I have the individual here, so that he can at least be judged in a fair trial for hopefully him and several of his accomplishments. The rest of the raiding parties that we captured. We're hoping to see if they can be pleaded guilty or have a less punishable sentencing for being manipulated by a third party.
Alright, good to know. Alright, well, that's the thing to worry about. Thank you, Sir Amick.
No problem. Good luck. I'm pretty sure you have a mission from the Balisila, correct?
Yep, we're checking out some leads on something for her. So we should hopefully be back soonish. We're heading towards Camelot.
Well, good luck with your adventure then. And hopefully you solve this. And with that, I assume you all leave the office?
Yeah, I think it's time to head to that blood bank.
Alright. So you get out of the castle, walking over the bridge, and you start heading east to the eastern part of Falador. As you continue to walk east, eventually you see a building being remodeled, or I guess a better term of it is being repainted, with a sign saying Falador's Blood Bank right there. And there you see the Miss Hassling, basically still wearing in her humanoid form, having a hood covering her face, a umbrella open on a very sunny morning, and she's just looking at the building with Angel, her partner, who's right next to her.
Well, there they are. Who wants to Who wants to ask the question? Because I don't think I'm sober enough for this.
I'll ask her. I'll go up to the vampire woman and be like, "Hey, vampire woman, I think you owe us a favor, and we have a task for you."
This was a mistake.
Oh, Jesus, my ear.
I turn around.
It's
and
not
start
task,
this-
it's request.
Sorry, I was scratching my ear for a minute. What did I miss?
I walked up to the vampire lady and said, "Hey, vampire lady, we have a task for you, and you owe us one."
She turns around. She turns around and goes, "Have you forgotten my name already? That you have to resort to vampire lady?"
Yes, absolutely. I only remember that you're dating an angel or something.
She's an idiot. Please forgive us for letting her handle this.
What's her name then, Thimble?
Mortina Helsing.
What it is that you want? I am rather busy overseeing the rebuilding of my building.
Well, we need you to infiltrate the highest rank of Saradomin's missionary in Edgeville.
I am going to humor you and pretend that I'm interested and ask you, why should I?
You owe us one?
I'm going to grab her by her neck and pull her back and gesture to Fimble that should at least try to be a bit more reasonable and request help rather than demanding it.
She does owe us one.
Yes, but if you make it seem like a demand, she isn't going to respond well.
You know you're talking.
Your friend with the fashionable hat has a point. I could just drag you inside the building and you can be the first donator of blood. But I'm going to have to decline this favor owing. You wish for me to break into a location. I do not know if you're aware, but I am under strict law. If I am to do anything that to sabotage my kind ability to living amongst you, I prefer it not to be breaking and entering.
Well, there is bit dumb, please excuse her, but in general, we don't need you to break into anything. We would need help finding something out about someone. This is, of course, just a request. I shove Barra into the back line. See, there is this one really zealous priest who we kind of don't know if he is actually good or not, and we would like to know a bit more about his background, like family and things. Because thinking that he might not be from here, but from place full of zealots who try to crusade. So in interest of all of us not getting killed by radical religious zealots for not being pure humans, I think our ideas align, and I would kindly ask you to have a look at person. Because seeing that we have big white knight over there, we kind of can't go snooping around things that easy.
That is a lot of words there. Well, you are correct. How about you just tell me what's going on, and maybe I will consider finding a way to assist you.
Basically, we're worried that the archpriest at the Edgeville Monastery might be from Terragrad, or Terragard, and was working with a unknown party to do the cult stuff.
You do understand you wish for me, a vampire, to sneak into a monastery of Saradominist scums. No offense, White Knight.
Let me rephrase that. You could do that, or you could use your contacts to dig up some information on the guy for us. That would be an
Make your
alternative.
girlfriend do it.
Hey, don't drag Angel into this.
Well, she could break in. She's a human.
Yeah, but that'll put her in significant danger. She just got her back. Think with your head, Bera. Think.
Bella, another word I will hit you with hammer is not good, believe me. I have hit many people before.
Fine, I won't say nothing more.
She sighs and she goes, yes, I do have an idea to have contact some individuals that I know to see if they can provide assistance to that. But I cannot make any promises that I will find something reliable to at least be able to get the job done.
That's all we can really ask for. So thank you.
Very kind.
You should be thankful. But you're welcome, at least to show some form of mannerism. She looks at Bera. Better than most, I suppose. Terragard. I have never heard of this location, but I'm going to assume it is a threat.
Yeah, it sounds like it's the original human homeworld before everyone started spreading around, and they seem to be very into super world conqueror Saradomin as opposed to, I mean, we call them love and peace Saradomin or just law and order Saradomin?
Doesn't seem like anything new. Almost everything wants to conquer this world. Originally it was Draken before he decided to hide in his tower, in his castle, and read through some books. But very well. I will look into this whole thing and see what I can do. I suppose I shall send a letter to you if I find anything. Where will you be located? In Falador still?
We're actually heading up to Camelot, so it might be a while before we get back.
Then I shall send you a letter to Camelot and address it to the White Knight and yourselves. Anything else?
No, I think that should be it.
Good. Now, be gone from my sight. I have to oversee this project and ensure that she looks over. No, you buffoon! I wanted the blood above the window! Angel dear, you know how I wanted this sign. Please explain it to them. She starts giggling for a moment. She goes, I got this, don't worry. And she just goes back overseeing the location, the painting of the building. And I just realized, what time is it?
It's session ending time.
Yeah, we went a little bit over time. But with that, you guys are now heading over to the stable.
I thought we were going to the train station.
Sorry, yeah, you're going to the train station, sorry.
Yeah.
And you guys now continue going further east to go underground to go to the train station of the dwarves.
Before that, I would like to hit Bear.
Oh, yes, what is it?
Before that, I would like to hit Bear.
He wants to give Barra the smack of God.
Alright.
But I didn't talk!
This is judgment for all your previous crimes.
All your previous crime.
We'll hit you on the back of head with what's the fucking Gauntlet of Ogre Strength, and then I will tell her, Bear, first thinking, then talking, and remember, person in power does not care about favors. If they decide you're annoying, they will kill you. And if I decide that and maybe afterwards they decide they kill us all. And if that's happening, I will kill you first.
You could take her.
You are stupid. It is vampire. You do not kill a vampire. You can't.
Asumi responds with, "It's at least she doesn't anger. She never. Sorry. Wow, my reading today. At least she did not anger the small child demon. Because
Yet.
then we would have had to offer her as sacrifice."
Indeed.
We still can.
Maybe in a terrible situation. There was so we do not offer people to demons. But there, please think, for the love of God. Yep, I'm
Can't
done.
promise that, but I will try my best.
That is all I ask. Also not scamming friends, just people we don't know.
A little sneak peek for 3 sessions later. They're somehow gonna fuck up.
Spoiler alert, David. What the hell?
I said
Above table bear, no problem, I fucking love it. That Kazakh fucking hates it. No worries there, buddy.
But anyway, we actually have to go now. It is a little bit over the 4 hours mark. Usually I'm fine with it being 10-20 minutes more, but I actually have to go. And I know someone in here also have to go because they have their own session to run or another session to do. But anyway, thank you everybody at home for watching, if anybody managed to watch. If not, thank you people at home for watching the recording session. We will see you all next week. Goodbye.
Good day.
Bye
Thanks for the
bye.
session. It was fun.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.
Goodbye.